Hey everyone, it's the Jewish Giraffe here. I said some things in a recent video about Toon Barrel Dragon that I don't really think I had the right... I don't think I had the right qualifications to say these things about Toon Barrel Dragon since I had never played with it. So, I want to talk about just a couple things in this video, and I'm going to show off a few replays. So, I've been playing with this deck. I've been playing a couple games with it. I got super tilted. I was playing Phoenix. I was at gold 4 since they leveled us all down by 10 instead of 5. Because I played a couple games on while I was still gold 4, it won't reset me to plat 4, so I have to work my way back up, which is fine. I'm at plat 2 right now. I've only played a couple of games, so it's not that big a deal. But while that is irritating, I got super frustrated and I deleted Duel Links, but then I decided I'm going to come back and keep playing. So that being said, thank you everyone for 100 subscribers and over 5,000 views on that previous video. Let's talk about Toon Barrel Dragon again. In my previous video, I thought it was not going to be very good, and it's kind of a tech more than anything for standard Toon decks. I still agree with this point. It is a tech in standard Toon decks. But if you're running this thing the way I have found that it should be run, it's not going to be a tech in a standard deck, it's going to be in a deck all its own. So I saw a deck similar to this one on Reddit this morning, and I was like, let me take a look at this, see if I can figure it out a little bit. Played around with it, and I switched some things around, particularly because I don't have 2 mecha Hamstrats, and I only have 2 Toon Mermaids. If I had 3 and 2, I might be switching around. I know I'd run 3 of these instead of the Skullmark Ladybug, but I do like the Skullmark Ladybug. So this deck has actually been really good, and it actually hasn't lost for me yet. Someone I saw, the guy who posted it, said he got King of Games with it, which, I don't know, it looked pretty believable. This deck's been really good. And this deck will, if you're using it right, will get you some wins. So let's look at some. So these wins, just first off, are only at plat 1. So they're not the most advanced games, they're not the best games. Also, I played like shit in this first one, but I still managed to win because I'm the best, you know? So yeah, these are not going to be anything beating Red Eyes, maybe. These are not anything that's going to be out there beating Phoenix, maybe. It really depends on what you're up against, particularly because this deck doesn't run any way to keep your Toon on the field. So you pretty much have to survive 2 turns with it on the field because, you know, Toon Barrel Dragon and everything. However, Toon Barrel Dragon doesn't get wiped when Toon Kingdom gets wiped. So my first mistake here was going for the Planet Pathfinder instead of going for the Toon Barrel Dragon with the 3-star demotion right off the bat. I should have done that, but I was not thinking, and I was being an idiot. That's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is he comes out here, summons a monster, attacks, and I actually don't end up using my Windstorm to counter his attack because, again, I'm an idiot. I cannot stress highly enough that I am an idiot, but after I made that first play, this was the only one that could keep me in the game, because I have to draw another Toon Mermaid here, and I get another Toon Mermaid. So that's great. I go for the Toon Kingdom here. I'm going to special summon these 2 girls and bring out the Toon Barrel Dragon, and pretty much I have to either destroy him this turn, or if he attacks, he needs to just not have anti-magic arrows. That's like the only way I can win here. So this deck is really good. I don't think 3-star demotion is anything meta-breaking anymore, since it's 3,000 life points and you can only do it once, I think. And yeah, so we're going in for the destruction here. We don't get it. So we pretty much have a guaranteed win here if he doesn't go for the anti-magic arrows. So I gotta end my turn since I can't attack on the first turn. That's 2 mistakes so far. Third mistake is I should have gone for the Windstorm as soon as he normal summoned in case he had anti-magic arrows. But again, I was not thinking in this first game, and I messed up, and it's a miracle that the end result that happens. I don't show losses, you know that. If you've watched any of my videos before, I say it pretty much every time. I don't show losses. But I also haven't had any losses in this one, so that's good. I get the Mimicat here, which is super nice. I'm going for the destruction on this man. We get it this turn, and so he's popped, and I'm thinking, well, you know what, might as well take that for myself. So I go for the special summon here. I actually mess up number 4 in not normal summoning this when I could have. So I go for the attack here. He's actually got the Mirror Wall, so it's going to make him live this turn, but it's not going to give him the Mirror Wall next turn. So I go in for the double destruction. Other thing about Toon Barrel Dragon that I only just realized in this one, whereas regular Barrel Dragon can only destroy monsters, Toon Barrel Dragon can destroy any card on the field. So that's an additional bonus that I had not realized in the previous video. And I don't think that's anything anyone in the comments brought up either. So he goes in here for another special summon. It actually really wouldn't have mattered if I had normal summoned Heavy Knight of the Flame the previous turn. But yeah, and here I just decide, fuck it. I don't see myself losing in this scenario anymore, so I'm going to try and tilt this guy. So I go in for the battle, and I just destroy the Hazy Flame instead of going in for the attack, because I want to see, let's see if this guy can pull out anything else crazy. So he goes for the draw here, and he ends up forfeiting, which, I mean, that's what you kind of expect when you BM these guys like I do. I know I'm pretty lucky that I have 3. I got 2 from the drop, 1 Glossy, by the way, thanks game. I don't know if you can get Prismatics. I really hope you can get Prismatics from this event. I haven't got anything Prismatic. I've only gotten 1 Glossy, actually, and it was just the Toon Barrel Dragon. I did get 1 Horn of the Unicorn. I have all my Karibos, but as I said, I don't think Karibo is going to be anything special. I may try and make a video with it, but right now, nothing so far. So we're up against a Yami Yugi in this one. We've got a pretty decent starting hand. We've got the Owl of Luck, which has actually been pretty good, and I might actually... I'm thinking about switching out one of these Skullmark Ladybugs for another Owl of Luck, but I think with the Planet Pathfinders, like, it's not that necessary. So here we go in for the 3-star demotion, so we can bring out the Toon Barrel Dragon, Glossy one, of course. Going for the Destruction here, and of course we get it because we're super lucky and nice. Destroy is Crystal Seer, which, again, pretty nice, so he doesn't get anything. Next turn we're going to set then Owl of Luck and just go from there, see what happens. He doesn't have anything, which is super nice for me. I think he's baiting the, what's the word I'm looking for here? The Destiny Draw. But I thought that was kind of interesting that he would bait the Destiny Draw when I could draw another thing that could kill him. He actually did have, there was a pause here, and I realized he has the Karibo, so that's something I have to watch out for. So I set an Owl of Luck here so I can get my Toon Kingdom next turn. He goes for the Destiny Draw. I'm not sure what's coming out here. And then I see the Silent Magician level 4, and I'm like, this guy's got some heat right here. I am a huge fan of this. As he goes in for summoning the Silent Magician level 8, he goes in for the battle. And of course he kills us. So we're down to 100 attack. Just bear with me here. 100 attack. What are we going to do? Alright, 100 attack. 100 life points. So flip up the Owl of Luck. We luckily draw the Curse of Anubis. This card comes in clutch since one of the main reasons we're not really running any spell cards is because Silent Magician level 8 can be a huge pain in the ass. And we set the Skullmark Ladybug because it's the right thing to do. We also have the Toon Dark Magician Girl here, which is super nice. He goes in for the Nobleman of Extermination. Bad play, my guy, because we have this lucky thing called a Curse of Anubis. So as long as he doesn't have anything that can inflict piercing damage, I guess, we're good. And he actually ends his turn there. So we're going to draw into Toon Kingdom right here. We know he's got the Karibo in hand, so we do have to play around that. We don't want to put everything into attack position. He's not going to be... So, of course, we're going to summon the Toon Dark Magician Girl. Now, there was only the first game that dealt with Toon Barrel Dragon that I actually saved. I did have a couple other ones that I had. I've won 5 or 6 games with this deck so far. Where Toon Barrel Dragon actually came in super clutch. I just forgot to save those ones. So I may do a follow-up video to this one, just like my follow-up to, not Luck on Your Side, but that other Joey skill, the one that wasn't very good. Anyway, I'm rambling here. I shouldn't be rambling. I should be staying on topic. So he's going to be able to attack here, but it's not really a big deal, since as long as he doesn't have another Karibo next turn, he won't be able to kill us. And even if he does have a Karibo next turn, he's not going to be able to kill our Toon Dark Magician Girl again, since it'll go in defense position, and he can't actually deal any damage. So Toon Kingdom pops its effect here. I'm really glad that unaffected by opponent's spell effects doesn't mean I can't keep the Toon Dark Magician Girl on the field. So we go in. I'm trying to go in for some crazy plays here, because I found Mimicat can be really good with all these special summons. So we're going to take his Silent Magician. I did have one game where I'm such an idiot for not saving it either. This guy had a Red Eyes in his, no, he had a Red Eyes Wyvern in his graveyard. I activated Mimicat, took it, and then did basically the same play here with the Toon Mermaid, and put out my Toon Barrel Dragon and went in for the kill. Or not the kill, the destruction, and then he had nothing to get over it. Because if they're not running Beatdown Red Eyes, they can't kill your Toon Barrel Dragon, which is another good thing. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. playing with this deck. This is the one that got me to Plat 2 versus Mako. This was actually the only one I had versus Mythic Depths. If you are doubting this deck at all, because, I mean, okay, this deck will not win you every game. I think I've just been lucky with how I've been playing it. Also, I don't know if this is Legend material. So far, it's been really good in Plat, and lower Plat at that. I cannot judge this deck for anything outside of the tiers that I've played it in. However, I do think that should you be playing around with this deck in these lower tiers, you're going to win just about every game. I'd love it if this thing became meta-defining, and I sincerely apologize to all the Toon Barrel Dragon fans out there who I may or may not have offended in my previous video, which I know is such a silly thing to say, for thinking Toon Barrel Dragon wasn't the shit. So we don't have the Toon Barrel Dragon this time, but we do have the Toon Buster Blader, and I only saved this one because I want to show it off, because it shows that Toon Buster Blader is another good card to have on here, because it'll bring it down to 4 stars. So the whole reason you want to run, or the whole reason 3-star demotion works with Toon Buster Blader and Toon Barrel Dragon, is because things like Toon Dark Magician Girl and Toon Sun and Skull, they say you can only special summon this card by tributing a monster. So also, I see this guy plays Riryoku, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But he ends up taking the attack from his own monster, which I think is hilarious. And he just fucks up here. I don't even know, I don't think he can target me with spell effects, right? Yeah, you cannot target me with spell effects, and this says target, yep. So when he played that, I was just thinking about how it was funny. He couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't target me with his Riryoku, and he basically had to pray that he could get over it. But we actually take the 500 points of damage here, getting down to 75 life points. We go in for the attack. I'm like, okay, he had something that he could have revealed. What was it? Was it a mirror wall and he just chose not to play it like an idiot? But no, it's actually a metal morph. And I was like, yes, this game's over. So yeah, as I was saying, because the other ones like Toon Summon Skull say you have to tribute to special summon, they're not as good with 3-star demotion. And that's why here I'm going to go over to the deck a little bit so I can talk about that. And one other card real quick. So you also could run Mirror Wall in this deck if you don't want to run Mimicat. I think Mimicat has been pretty fun. But also if you have 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Ham strats, like that's good. Because these say they're just normal summon and they're not special summon like this, can only be special summon unless you control. You must first be special summoned from your hand by tributing the same number of monsters needed for a tribute summon. So even if it lowers the amount of stars in your hand, it doesn't work the same way, which I have only just realized because I had a game where I messed that up, but I didn't save that one. I did win. Don't doubt me on that. I did win. So anyway, that's all I have to say about this game. Oh, also one other thing that I was a little bit confused about, and it actually upset me a little bit. I don't know why it upsets me, but Barrel Dragon is an ultra rare and Toon Barrel Dragon is a super rare. I think they should both be ultra rares or super rares. Konami, make up your mind. What are you doing? So thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any suggestions on how this deck could be even better, please leave it down below. I'm going to try and get some more games with this, and I hopefully will have some in my next video. Otherwise, I might have something else. So I hope you enjoy. This is the Juice Draft. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.